my
and
gosh.
peace.
Yes.
Unakuwa tu na amani, as in like.
Yes, that is so true. What she's
True,
saying.
by the way.
As in, hata unashangaa. How come I'm so happy? Like, wow.
You're like
feel
happy
so
for
nice.
no reason.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
You're happy for no reason.
Yes, you become happy for no reason. Just, I'm telling you,
It's
Jesus.
true. You become happy for
It's
no
amazing.
reason.
Yeah. Hi, Bride of Christ. Today I'm joined with my very good friend. Her name is Gift Ida, and today we want to talk about mental health. So we're just going to cross borders across anywhere.
Yes. Basically.
Mental health in homes, in churches, in schools. We're just talking about mental health. Please tune in and listen to what we're going to say. It might help you in one way or the other. So yeah, we are going to begin now.
So what is mental health? So I can basically describe it as the well-being of your emotional state, and basically you being well emotionally. Let's put it plainly. Yes, emotional wellness.
Okay, I think we get it.
Yes. So what mental health apparently in Africa is not so much talked about. It's actually frowned about because people consider it as a sign of weakness, and apparently it's deemed to be foreign.
Yeah,
Yes.
especially with the guys. Once you're getting an emotional guy,
Tricky.
it's extremely hard to get.
Yeah, so people do not believe it is African in nature. Well, actually, it is. People.
It is very African,
Yes.
guys.
People suffer emotionally and mentally, and are depressed and have suicidal thoughts and are stressed, and they have anxiety. And yes, there are people like us. It's not an African thing. It's like everyone in general. By the fact that you're human, you can suffer from a mental illness or mental distress. It's like you saying you've never had a headache. It's not. It doesn't make sense because
I
you're
get it.
human. Everyone on earth had I don't know, Queen Elizabeth gets headaches.
LOL.
Yes. And they get stressed once in a while. So everyone suffers once or twice, or maybe even every day. They struggle with mental health. And it's not you being psycho or you being, I don't know, mentally disabled, but it's aspects of like you being stressed, you being depressed, you having suicidal thoughts, you shunning away from people, you not wanting to talk about your problems constantly.
Yeah, but I have friends who actually are like that.
Yeah.
So that's a case, so it's a sign of mental illness.
No, it's not. Let me say, it might be actually. It might be.
It might be.
Yes.
So if
And
someone decides to brush off whatever they're going through, they're probably depressed.
you're meant to talk about your problems.
Yeah, I get
Even
it.
our African people, our grandparents, people say that our therapy is not African, but deep down, our parents and their parents' used to talk about their problems.
Yeah.
Where they, I don't know, meet in huts in the evening and I don't know, share a meal and talk about CG who has stolen which cow, etc. Yes, they share their problems, and that is what I want people, and we want people to normalize you speaking about your problems.
Thank you. So what would you advise young people to do?
Okay, so we have a number of things to talk about today.
Yeah.
But for today, we're going to encourage people to try therapy.
Yeah,
Yes.
100% agree. Therapy. If you
So-
had childhood traumas in your past,
True, by the way.
or you have been hurt by your ex-boyfriend,
Lol.
highly hinting. Seek therapy. You don't know how deep that wound is going. Yeah, and I think most of us just try to cover it by jumping serial dating. Machana na huyu.
Hey, kumbe it's called that.
Yeah, it's called serial dating. Like machana
Okay.
na huyu unaenda kwa mwingine, like you're just jumping from one relationship to the other, and you've probably not even healed.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so please Hey, some of you,
Yes.
honestly, I'm normally so sad. I'm saddened by your future selves. For example, your families, because they'll have to deal with all this trauma that you guys are bottling up. So please, go to therapy.
Okay, and yesterday I was talking to a friend of mine, and I asked them if they believe in therapy and if they are willing to try it. And the person told me that it's for people whose mental health is extreme. And I understood where he was coming from for like a minute, but I explained to him that extreme doesn't happen all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a series
That's
of
true.
events that occurs. For example, today I come hit Lois in the head. She holds a grudge against me. She's stressed. Ameenda home
Yeah,
na
yeah.
kasirike. The next day, I don't know, she falls down the stairs, or like I don't know, her boyfriend dumps her.
Will you keep quiet?
I pray. I go to church.
Yes, we have no man problems. We don't have man problems.
No, it's just an example. So what? Yeah, it's a series of events constantly building up that leads to one person being quote unquote extreme or like the breaking point. So why should we reach the breaking point while we can prevent it?
Yeah. Wow, good question.
Okay, so what? Suicide, which is like, let me say, a semi-branch of mental illnesses, is the second, like number 2 causes of death worldwide among the youth. The first one was accidents, and number 8 was HIV and AIDS, which
Yeah.
means that the amount of energy we are taking to fight and educate people about HIV and using protection and all that stuff, it's like we need 10 times more energy to place towards mental health and dealing with those issues.
I think that's smart.
And also
That's so smart.
what fun fact, okay, it's not fun, but yes, just a fact. When you hear about someone or like a person you know who's committed suicide, the thought grows in your mind by 5%. If you hear of 2 people, it grows by 10%.
The thought of having
Yes,
of
the
you
thought of
committing
you
suicide.
committing suicide increases by 10%.
Oh my god.
Yes, if you hear of 3 people, it increases by 32%. So, what are we doing if we do not talk about mental issues and mental health?
Yeah, I totally understand you.
Okay, so let me ask you, why do people not talk about mental health? Why?
First of all, number 1, let me just be honest. Number 1, it's because people are afraid that ukiambia mtu, you hear your story with probably 10 other people.
BBC
Breaking news.
took on you.
Anyway, yeah, I think that's honestly one of the issues. Also, the fact that people, they fear being judged from personal experience. Yeah, you having fear of being judged, and also the fact that some people don't even, they think that no one cares about them. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, kuna watu wamezaliwa tu in such harsh and what is it called, these environments where you're meant to kukangu.
By the way,
so
true.
yeah, so they find it
Been
extremely
raised in
hard.
the army. Lol. Okay.
You're being
Okay.
raised in the army. Yeah, so they find it extremely hard to talk about it. And then there are these other types of people, the religious, I don't know if it's religious, you're being too over religious. There are these people who are like, oh, let me not talk about it, or I won't do anything about it. I believe God is
Yeah,
is
God
with
will
me.
help you.
Yes, God will help you. God is already helping you through educating a doctor who is supposed to treat you with
Yes,
your mental
true,
illness.
true.
Please, sir, seek help.
Yes.
You know, because I think honestly, some of you are dumping your problems in churches. And then, yeah.
Okay, there's that also, and let's look at it from a critical point of view. If you had cancer, yes, you believe in God, but your first thought would be okay, your first thought would be to go to the hospital and seek help.
Yeah.
In the meantime, you're praying and we are fasting for you and all that stuff. The same case should be put and considered when you're dealing with mental health issues. You believe in God, but maybe you need professional help and maybe a help from a friend to help
Thank you.
go through your issues. Yes.
Yes, please.
And also some people fear going for therapy and seeking mental advice because they're used to pain.
Yes. Oh my gosh. You have, in fact, she has hit a very critical point. Repeat it again.
Yes, you're used to pain. You're constantly stressed, you're constantly depressed.
Yes.
I meet you on the road and I ask you how are you doing, and you'd say I'm okay, because you're used to that. You do not know how it is to feel.
Yeah, it becomes like an addiction,
Yes.
like a drug addiction, yeah?
You having peace is a new thing.
Yes.
It's like foreign territory.
Oh my gosh, man. This is exactly what... Anyway.
So, what? Yes, people should not be used to pain. I think I can put that across.
Yeah.
Not be used to pain.
It's not a good thing.
You did not come to this
Suffer.
world to suffer, for real.
I'm not coming
Jesus,
to suffer.
Jesus took it all on the cross
Yes, please.
for you to be happy.
Yeah.
So you make a choice each and every day.
And
Yes.
can I point out, it's not bad for you to block people or to unfollow or to separate yourselves from people who you feel are actually adding to your mental issues. Yeah. Until now, because you want to look like a good person. You know, actually people who are like that. Yes, please strip them off. Thank you.
So I'd advocate for therapy. Actually, to like find a counselor who's not quote unquote a gossip.
I think they have an
Yeah.
oath. Wait, there are counselors who break their oath of secrecy.
No, as in like, for example, I know you, and okay, we work at the same office. Let's say, for example, we go to the same therapist.
Yeah.
Then she'd be like, there's a client who came, and maybe, I don't know, let's say they were dumped by their boyfriend, for example.
Yeah.
Then you'd know that, okay, she'll not tell you my name, but you'll know it's me. Like,
Oh.
yeah, she's this, I don't know, she's 20 years old.
Okay, so indirectly
Yes.
knowing.
Yes. Why is she talking about
About it,
my
okay.
stuff? It
Okay.
means that she'll eventually talk about your stuff to someone else.
Yeah, but you can sue them, right?
Well, that's a
Yes.
story.
Yes. Anyway,
For another
yes.
day.
Yes.
Okay, so many might frown concerning therapy, and there's like, oh, I don't know, maybe it's expensive, and yeah, maybe the services are difficult to find. So let's easen your work kidogo. Ironically, I realized that the problems we go through, other people have also go through those
them.
problems.
Exactly.
So me not sharing my
Yes.
pain, now I feel like I'm the only one who is
Imagine
like
it's
suffering.
so true. It's so true.
Yes, but many people have gone through and they have like survived. That is why we're talking today and encouraging people to speak out concerning
talk
the
about your
problems.
issues.
Yes, talk about your issues, because there's always someone somewhere who's willing to to give you advice. For example, I recently went to my sister
Yeah.
concerning my friendships, and I felt like they were dying out. And ironically, even her at the age she was at the time, okay, I'm in my 20s, she explained and also experienced the same problems at the time.
I get.
So she told me that apparently friendships, let me say, die down based on your value systems.
Yeah.
For example, if we're fresh from high school, we are more of like, we have group mentality, oh, we've all gone to KU. But over time, I'm growing into a different person, separate from myself. And you're also growing into a different person. Yeah, you're
That
like your
is
own individual.
100% correct.
So we might drift,
Crash.
but if I didn't go to her and tell her about my problems, ningekuwa nadhani, oh, I'm such a bad
She's such a bad
person.
person. Exactly.
I can't keep friends.
Yeah.
That's just an instance. And many might frown upon the thought of going to therapy. But let's take it lower. Let's take it a notch lower and say that you can talk to your friend. Find a good friend.
Yeah. To find a good friend.
Yes. In your circle of 20,000 people, you can find that one person who's the one, not a gossip,
Yeah. And very
loyal, and very loyal, and has wise words of wisdom. Even if it's our parents. I know sometimes we think that our parents
By the way, that's
not
so true.
understand
Oh my
all this
gosh.
stuff.
Like my
But-
mom has helped me a lot. through
Yeah.
my situation.
But
So
wamepitia
weird.
hizi vitu first hand.
She roots for you.
Yes, true. Before we were, they were. Or what do they say?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's so true. By the
They,
way, that's
they
true.
know everything. So we should make
Talk
it
to
a
them.
point.
Talk about your problems. Ukijifungia hapo madam utakufa.
And
Sasha.
you asked me if I go for therapy. Actually, I can say yes because I have a friend who's a professional therapist, and we
Wow.
talk via WhatsApp because she's in another country. And you might think that people who go to therapy are weak, and let's say they don't know how to handle their stuff, but actually they're not weak.
the
You're
strongest.
they are vulnerable enough to do
Talk,
yes.
talk about their issues.
Yes, you're vulnerable enough to talk about your
Kwanza,
issues.
there's no trophy for you being given.
By the way,
Ati
juu umekaa
umeshikilia,
kungumu, umekaa ngumu.
ukaendure enough pain. Ati saa, hey.
You're rock
Madam.
solid.
Yes.
Lol.
There's no trophy.
Yeah, so they're vulnerable enough to talk about their problems, and
Yeah.
they're strong enough to seek help. Because right now, if I'm stressed about something, I'll sit down,
Yeah.
meditate, and know what is causing me to be stressed
get
and
you.
how to handle it. If I'm having feelings of anxiety, I know what to do. For example, take deep breaths, go for a walk, speak to
That's
someone.
true, that's
Yes. What else? But if you don't talk to anyone, what
What
you
do you
doing?
expect?
What are you doing?
What do you expect? Yeah, that's honestly that's
What
so
are you
true.
doing? You didn't come to this world to suffer.
You did, but then that's so true. You didn't come to this world to suffer. So like,
the
sasa,
contract you've signed for suffering,
Yeah.
please, irarue leo when you see this video.
I think that should be our title.
Please.
We are breaking contracts of suffering
so
/ depression.
yes, true. Okay, apart from that, me saying that, me putting it out for a fact that people who go for therapy know how to handle their stuff better. When you're angry, when I'm angry at Laozi, I'll know why I'm angry and I'll know how to project my anger. These days when I get annoyed at someone, I'd take time off and call them later and we have a sit down, we talk about our issues.
Kwanza, I like the way she's so confrontational. Like she
I don't have
addresses the
filters.
issue. Yeah.
Yes, if we have a conflict between me and you, I address the issue, we move on. Yes, tunasonga kama injili. So,
Yes.
also, we were talking about bandages.
Bandages.
So explain to us what bandages are.
Bandages, these are things that you cover on top. So let's say you have a depression issue, but then you cover it with something else. Like you cover your pain or whatever you're going through, or you distract yourself. It's like distracting yourself.
True.
So you probably get a girlfriend, or you decide to go and do what? Do drugs. There are
Yes.
people who you can decide to do drugs. Some of us are alcoholics. Some of you are alcoholics. You're sanctified.
Us.
Joking.
Lol.
Some of alcoholics. Like there's so much that people are covering on top of their pain and whatever
Yeah.
it is that they're going through.
Okay, so
That's bandages.
yes, like she said, medically speaking, okay, I'm not a doctor or anything. We're both engineers.
She's an engineer.
Yes.
are engineers.
What? A bandage, so I believe, is meant to cover a wound, but the fact that you've covered the wound does not mean the wound is gone. It's still
Oh
there.
my gosh, yes.
Yes. So people use things like sex,
Yes.
religion.
Oh, kwanza religion.
Yes. You
Yeah.
hear someone's mother, Mama Nani anasema, oh, how is he depressed yet he goes to church?
Exactly.
Yo,
It's not
Mama
it's
Nani.
Not we don't have words.
Yes.
We are in shock.
So people use religion, sex.
Yeah.
Some even use fame and
Yeah.
riches and wealth
To cover
just,
it up.
Yes, to cover it up. You're consoled. You're like,
Yes. But if people knew the real
Yes,
you,
by the way.
wangetoroka. Yes.
you're like, maybe you're not feeling so good. You have self-esteem issues, but you're like, yo, I'm number one in my class. So
Yes,
what are
also
you telling
academics, by the way,
me?
people
What are
can-
you telling
yes,
me?
yes.
So there's also that, and I believe that bandages will only hold you long for a period of time.
Yeah.
Then now we reach our quote unquote
Yes.
extreme point.
Yes. That's the extreme point now
That's
where
the
you're going
extreme
to go
point.
and seek therapy.
Which
At
is
a
not a
very
bad
late
thing.
yes, which is not a bad
Yes.
thing, but now you're coming very late when you have
You're coming very
solved
late.
the issue earlier.
So the people who frown upon therapy and say they're like, oh, my mental health is like so above the roof
Yeah.
and you're like totally okay, those are liars. Yeah, you're a liar. So what? I'm saying that everyone should go for therapy.
Yeah. Even our parents.
Yes, even our parents. Find a release, find someone to talk to.
Yes.
Share your problems, share your thoughts. You did not come to this world to suffer.
Again, we repeat.
You did not come to this world to suffer.
Yes, thank you so much.
Anything else you want to add?
I don't think there's anything else.
And also, stop stigmatizing people who go for therapy. If you're not strong enough to go to admit that you have a
Wow,
problem and
yeah.
you're vulnerable in a situation,
Yeah.
don't judge the ones who are stronger than you, please.
And
I
then
beg.
also, please, this is a shout out to men.
Oh
I
my
don't
goodness.
know who told you that
Ongeza
men are
volume.
I don't know who told you that men are supposed to be these people who don't show emotion. It's actually a turn off. Honestly, is it a
By the
turn off
way,
for you?
it's
It's
a
a turn
turn
off
off.
for me.
It's a turn
Like
off.
you have to show emotions, man. Am I dating a rock or a
Huh.
wall? You have to show
True,
emotion.
true.
Whoever
Yes.
told you at your man is you holding your feelings, nini. My friend, here, we Christian girls, we accept it.
Because by the end
Yes.
of the day, you want someone
Who
when you
can,
come
yes.
home, they can be able to tell you about their problems.
Thank you, yeah.
Not that they'll not shut themselves in a room and keep
Yeah.
quiet, and your kids are there.
Yeah.
Yo, please.
Like just be a vulnerable person.
These behaviors we are living in 2020. Tafadhali. Yes.
We are begging you. So anyway,
Accept the beauty and joy in sharing your problems and
Yeah.
being vulnerable. Again, we repeat, please emphasize, we do not come to this world to suffer.
I knock on this life to live, so
Don't choose it.
Yes.
Because every day God helps us and He gives us comfort.
true.
And that is the life He desires for us. It's
Yeah.
Jeremiah 29 or something.
Yeah, I have plans for you.
Yes. Please say it again.
I have plans for you.
Yes.
Child!
Plans to give you prosperity
Child!
and not disaster.
Yeah.
Plans to give you a future and a hope.
Let you hope
Sorry for being rusty, but you get the message.
for. Get the points.
Yeah.
And if that means going for therapy, please go. Because
me,
again,
I've said,
yeah.
I'm going. So, just know, I can handle anything.
Yeah.
Can you? Question
Please.
mark.
Don't expect some divine.
And
like-
she's also going, by the way.
I've actually now I'm okay. I'm okay now, but
Yes.
I went.
Yes. And you're still going.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm currently in this process. It's not 100. Yes, you won't heal 100%, of course.
Just finding a release.
Yes,
Yes.
it does. You don't have. Whether there are people who can't afford, you don't have to. At now, like just find someone you can talk to. Because there are people who don't have, what is it
You
called?
just reminded me
Enough
of.
funds.
Yes, true. The people don't have enough funds. And I was saying, you've reminded me of how I've been the past 2 weeks.
Yes, she's been calling
She
me.
can tell you.
Oh my gosh.
Nimekuwa
But it's
ranting
okay.
first,
It's
but
really
it's okay.
It's really
Yes.
nice. The fact that you just pour your heart out. Yeah.
'Cause now
and
we're
make
feeling
sure,
better.
by the way, make sure the person you're ranting to is also at an emotionally stable place.
Yeah.
Yes.
To
To listen to your problems.
yes, so that you're also not burdening them.
And the advice that they give you is said.
Wise counsel. by the way.
Yes. Because you can be talking to someone who's
Well, yes, who's like not emotionally stable.
yes, alafu anakupatia hapo advices. Jesus.
True.
Yeah.
And actually, yesterday we were talking with my mom, and a student of hers, committed suicide. The child was in class 4, and you know why they committed suicide?
Why?
Because of a textbook. Walikuwa wamepoteza textbook.
Are you kidding
I'm
me?
not even joking.
What?
Alikuwa amepoteza textbook. And she was telling me it's not the first time it's happened. Mwingine, I don't know, lost 10 bob change ya mamake. As in, I'm like,
Gosh.
it's about time people start normalizing talking about your problems.
Yeah.
Anyone who judges you, hint, hajakuwa somewhere here.
Oh my gosh.
They need to mature and grow up. Because the child was 10 years. As in, can you imagine the amount of fear
Yeah.
we
they
are
had.
still in children? Paka.
Yes. And he
commit
wanaona
suicide
it's
because
better to
yeah.
die.
It's sad.
Anyway.
Class 4. And okay, this gave me like a few doubts about parenting and wanting to be a parent myself, but
Don't worry.
we'll talk
child.
about that later. But it's about time
Yeah.
we start talking about
Yeah,
such
definitely.
issues. Yes.
Okay, I guess that's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for watching us to the end of this video. Like, share, and spread the message to whoever needs to hear this.
Okay, also one more point.
Yeah.
It gets harder than it gets easier.
True that.
Yes. Because
True that.
when I come to La Uzi and start digging up about my past and I don't know, my childhood trauma, it's difficult talking about things that hurt you. But
Yeah.
once you start releasing
Yes, it becomes.
the trauma and all these things, it becomes easier.
By the way, it's so true.
Yes.
It's so true.
It gets harder than easier. It's all
Yeah.
a matter of time.
And make sure at the end of this all, you read your Bible.
Yes.
God is so
Some
nice.
of you
God is
believe.
amazing.
True. And I like the joy that he gives us.
Oh my
And
gosh.
peace.
Yes.
Unapata na amani. As in like,
Yes, that is so true. What she
true
saying.
by the way.
As in, hata unashangaa. How come I'm so happy? Like, wow.
You're like
It feels
happy
so
for
nice.
no reason.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
You're happy for no reason.
Yes, you become happy for no reason. Just, I'm telling you,
It's
Jesus.
true. You become happy for
It's
no
amazing.
reason.
Yeah, he's so
And-
romantic. So romantic.
There's calm.
Yes, there's
Even in
calmness.
stressful
There's
situations.
calmness.
You're just calm.
Yeah.
It's like you know there's a solution even if you've not seen.
Yes.
And someone is constantly watching your back and will come through for you.
And that's Jesus.
Yes, that is Jesus.
Our Lord.
some-
Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Like, share, and subscribe, and
Yes,
follow.
please.
I really hope to God to record. Anyway, that's it from us. See